Hi everyone, Jazz916 here. Today I'm going to go over, step by step, how to create a character that you can use for playtesting in OneD&D, including where to put everything that you've got to put on this character sheet. Okay, so let's get started. Step 1. Choose a race or a subrace. Now, to complete this section, you're going to need playtest materials. 2. Character origins, and the Cleric and the revised species. Now, which one you need is going to depend on the race. All of the races can be found in character origins. However, 3 of the races, the Ardling, the Dragonborn, and the Goliath, were revised in the Cleric and revised species. So you'll need that one for those 3. The things that you're looking for are race, size, appearance, age, speed, racial features, and traits. Now, let's look at the sheet and where we're going to put them. Up at the top, we're going to put the race up here, speed in the speed block here. We are going to put the general features and traits, followed by the traits. And down here, put any tools, tool proficiencies, and also proficiencies in languages. Now, I'm going to do the languages later, kind of. You'll want to do them in more detail. Okay, so let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2. Choose a class or a subclass. Now, in playtest materials, we only have 4 classes: Bard, Ranger, Rogue, and Cleric. Now, if you're doing a Bard, a Ranger, or a Rogue, you can find the information you need in Expert Classes playtest material. If you're doing the Cleric, you want the playtest material, the Cleric, and revised species. What you're going to be doing is basically recording all of the class information, things like hit dice, saving throws, primary ability, class features, proficiency bonus, skills, weapon skills, tools, armor training, if any, and starting equipment. Okay, so where does it all go? At the top of the character sheet, we have class and level. In my case, I'm going to do a Cleric, level 1. Proficiency bonus goes over here. Hasn't changed since D&D, so you can use the regular ones in D&D. Hit dice goes down here, also hasn't changed. Skills go over here, next to attributes if you're using this character sheet, as well as saving throws. Under features and traits, I put the features for the class, which is Channel Divinity and Spellcasting. Next, I put his primary ability down here, just as a note to me. Also his languages. And then over here we put basic equipment. This is, in most cases, going to be his starting equipment. Okay, moving on to step number 3. Step number 3 is determining your base ability scores. Now, the player's handbook lists 2 or 3 different ways of doing this. I chose the standard array. Check it out, and very simply, all you have to do is just record them on this section of the character sheet right here. And what you're determining is your strength, your dexterity, your constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And you want to pick these, if you're using the standard array, just pick them as appropriate for your class. Okay, moving on to step number 4. Step number 4, choose a background. Now you'll find the backgrounds in character origins. you get quite a bit with the background. In this case, we're going to look for the skills, the languages, equipment, and your first level feat. You'll need to pick one of those, and they're listed in the character origins. You will also get to modify 2 of your ability scores, and then we are going to determine the modifiers for our ability scores. So let's get started. Now, you record your background up here. Record skills that you gained. In my case, I gained sleight of hand and deception. I got 2 ability score increases. I +2 on charisma and I +1 on dex. So I added those in here. That brought it up, my dexterity up to a 14, my charisma up to a 10. I then recorded my skills, which is Infernal, and I recorded my new equipment. Now, right now we have 2 starting equipments. We probably are not going to get this in after the playtest stage, but I just did it for right now. The last thing we want to do is determine our modifiers, and that's based on our final ability scores. You can look those up in the player's handbook. Okay, so moving on to step number 5. Step number 5. Create your character, which means we're going to be focusing on his character, not on his stats. We're going to be looking at we're going to pick a name for him, we're going to pick an alignment for him, we're going to pick his personality traits, his ideas, his bonds, and his flaws. And we're going to record all of this. So where? We're going to start with his name, we're going to record that up here, pick an alignment and record it here. We're going to do pick a personality trait for him and put it here. We are going to pick an idea that he holds close, put that here. We are going to pick a bond, someone that he has a connection with, and we are going to pick a flaw for him, and you'll record that here. That's all that section is. Okay, moving on to step number 6. Step number 6, finishing it up. Basically, we're going to finish up the page. Now, I call this step the math step, and the reason is because there's some math in it. So, just bear with me, we can get through it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please note that the formulas for all of this are also in the description for this video. So you can go there and reference to get the exact formulas that you need to finish out the sheet. So, again, bear with me. I'm a little tongue-tied today, but I will get through it, and so will you. So, starting with armor class. Armor class is your dex modifier plus your armor's AC plus any shield bonus AC. So, in my case, in basic equipment, I have chain shirt, which is armor class 13. I have a dex bonus of +2, which gives me a 15. Got it? Simple stuff. Initiative bonus is equal to your dex modifier. So I took my dex modifier, put that under initiative. Next, we have hit points. Your hit points are your hit dice. That depends on the level. If you're second level, you're going to have 2 hit dice, third level, 3 hit dice, etc. For a first level character, however, instead of rolling it, you get the full hit dice. So my hit dice is an 8. So I got the 8. You get your con bonus, which is a +2, or your modifier. And then I get a +1 because he has dwarven toughness, which is somewhere in here. Dwarven toughness. That gives me a +1 per level. So I got an 8 plus a 2 plus a 1 gives me 11 hit points. Next, we have weapon damage. Now, your weapon itself has a certain amount of basic damage. Now, depending on the type of damage, you'll get an attack bonus. Some weapons you get a strength bonus. So it's whatever your strength modifier is, that's your bonus. If you are using a bow or a finesse weapon, you get your bonus, your attack bonus is going to be off of your dex. So you'll get your dex modifier. In my case, I am using a mace. My strength bonus is a +1. Add that to the d6 +1, that is the weapon damage itself, and I have a d6 +2 damage when I use the mace. Next, moving on, we have your spell attack. Now, when you're making a spell attack, you do roll a d20. You get your proficiency bonus. In my case, that's a +2. You get in my case, a wisdom modifier because my spells are based on wisdom. If you are doing a sorcerer where it's based on charisma, you would use your charisma bonus. If you were doing a mage where it is based on intelligence, you would use your intelligence modifier. In my case, I'm based on wisdom, so I'm doing a +2. So to roll my spell attack, I would roll a d20, add 4. Spell DC. Spell DCs are determined by an 8, plus your proficiency bonus, plus your wisdom modifier, or your intelligence modifier, or your charisma modifier. In my case, it's an 8 plus a 2 plus a 2. So that's 12. Next, you would pick your spells. Now, I just picked the ones that were set up for the class, or the ones recommended for the class. This just made it easier for me. Now, the last thing we need to do here is our passive perception. And this is basically a 10 plus your wisdom bonus plus your proficiency bonus. I have a proficiency bonus of 2 up here. I have a wisdom bonus of +2. And add that to the 10. That gave me a 14. Again, the formulas for all of this will be in the section that describes this video. You know, where it says more, just click it. Okay, that's it for now, folks. I thank you for joining me. I shall see you on the next one. Bye for now.